Welcome to No Rules Review with your host, Ethan Malay. Hey there everybody, Ethan Malay here, No Rules Review. Today we're going to look at VOC, the founding of the Dutch East Indies Company. I thought it was pronounced VOS or VOC or whatever. Apparently the Dutch pronounce it VOC, obviously not VOC because they don't speak English. They speak Dutch, who knew? In VOC, players take on the roles of merchants from the Netherlands, trying to send ships out to the Far East to collect spices and get them back home. You're sort of racing the clock, and you're trying to beat, I believe it's Amsterdam. Amsterdam's a big baddie that is so good at what they do that you're sort of trying to beat them almost as much as you're trying to beat the other players. Now, that in and of itself could sound like 100 other games that are out on the market. What makes VOC so different is when the ships are sailing, it's not just an action you take. You don't just say, I'm moving into the Indian Ocean. No. You actually have to sail them on these whiteboards using a marker with your eyes closed. Yeah, so whoever is the captain of the ship closes their eyes, they take the marker, and they are drawing. And everybody else who has crew on the ship, for each crew member they have, they can shout out one command. North, south, east, west. And so the captain is sailing blind, which is a horrible way to sail a ship. I don't know what they were doing back in the age of sail, but clearly nobody told them, just open your eyes. Before anybody comments, I understand that that's not what they're implying. That was an attempt at humor. So, as you might have surmised, the best way to go about this is cautiously. Don't move much each round. Just move a little bit. Move the minimum you need with some good commands and you should be fine. Problem is scurvy. I mean, that's always a problem. It's scurvy. Scurvy will kill the people on the ship. It will kill the sailors each round. So you don't have all the time in the world to get all the way to the Far East, get spices at the ports you need, and then sail all the way back to Europe. You sort of have to move quickly. So you, as the captain, have to take some risks. You have to sail without directions for a while, and even after the directions have stopped. And so you get a lot of crashes, and whenever you crash, people die. Now, that is basically the entirety of what's happening in the game. You're trying to go collect spices at the various ports. Ports are the little red circled cities. You have that map, which is the Indian Ocean with the Horn of Africa, and then you get this map of Indonesia, and then you try to get back to the Netherlands. It's pretty simple. Now, I will tell you, because it's so simple and what you just heard, I really don't care for this game. I'm a big Splotter fan. This is a party activity more than it's a game. Every time I've played this, we have never gotten back to Europe. Maybe once. One ship made it back to Europe with one good on it. You win by making money on returning with goods to fulfill contracts that you also have to stipulate will be done by a certain year, a certain amount of turns after you pick up that contract. Really, it's just a fun activity to see how many times people will crash and how close people can get to the Horn of Africa. All I can say is that the straits there by Djibouti are probably some of the most difficult sailing on Earth. I don't know how people do it. Or between India and Sri Lanka, I don't know how people sail that in real life, because on this, impossible. So, should you get this game? If you're a Splotter completionist, yeah. If you're not, no. I mean, go find Doodle Quest. I haven't done a review on Doodle Quest yet, but Doodle Quest is basically that trying to draw without knowing what you're doing, and that's the entire game, and it's a lot lighter and a lot more fun, and you actually feel accomplishment. People enjoy this game for maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and then people realize that you're just doing the same thing over and over again, and you're never succeeding. You're just losing. The ships, if you could actually have the number of ships floating around in the Indian Ocean from the amount of times I played this, there are dozens of ghost ships just floating around in the Indian Ocean with nobody alive on them because we just die. So it's sort of frustrating. Now, that's why I say it's a good sort of party game. You take it out, you play it for a bit, people laugh, they have a riot. Oh, I can't believe it, how did you know to turn? Or, I told you left and you turned right, you crashed. That's fun for 5 to 10 minutes. When people realize that you're making no progress, You then pack this up, you put it away, and you grab something else. So it's a rare thing for me in Splotter, but this is a swing and a miss. This is not a really good game. It's still available from them on their website. I think they're asking something like 70 euros for it. I don't think it's worth that. If you look on eBay, this will pop up occasionally for pretty cheap. It's also on BoardGameGeek for not too insane of prices. Very pretty. I mean, they did use real art. I believe that's because this was actually commissioned. And I can't blame the Splotter games. This game, I believe, was commissioned by a town in the Netherlands for their whole trading history. So this is a work for commission. It sort of shows, but it's a novelty. That would be VOC, founding of the Dutch East Indies Company. This has been Ethan Lay with No Rules Reviews. If you like what you see, share, like, subscribe, comment, all great, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye now. This has been another No Rules Review by Ethan Malay. If you enjoyed this video, consider sharing, commenting, liking, and most importantly, subscribing. For this and other great games, join us over on BoardGameGeek.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.